guys, Axelmyth here with another one of these glorious vlog pickup video things. Um, yeah, I've picked up a lot of stuff that's sitting right next to me, and you can't see it, especially with all of that right there. I'm still like, I still have this out for a reason. Um, I think I mentioned in a previous one that we're moving, and so like it's actually kind of cramped down here because I've got a box literally like right here, just slightly off camera, with like that with the stuff that like was up here. Whew, with stuff that's previously up here, um, and like just some of the other collectible stuff I had around here, and then like right over here, right next to me, I have like four boxes of like all the movies we had down here. Um, so yeah, and then like behind the bar where I used to shoot stuff, we have a whole bunch of boxes of like books and stuff. Yeah, we've been putting some stuff away, not everything yet. Mostly, I haven't put this away because I'm still, trying to collect stuff. Um, my Ultra Sabers are just moved like right over here, just so you know. They're not. I don't have anything to put them in. But anyway, last time, one of them, I there's like I said, there's a bunch of stuff that I've picked up actually just in the last 2 weeks. Sorry, I'm tired, and I'm like just trying to come up with things on the fly. That's why I'm not looking at the camera much. But anyway, there was one thing last time that like I recorded it, and literally the next day it showed up. And then there was one thing I actually forgot last time, so I'm going to start with those. I'm going to start with the one I forgot, and that is I picked up Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. um, just heard a lot of good things about this game. I heard that's super challenging, and I actually owned this one before, but my wife didn't like it for some reason. It's just very different from the original games, you know what I mean? And yeah, um, Mario Luigi's Partners in Time. This is the one that came in literally the day after I recorded the last vlog, and yeah, I've been kind of a fan of the Mario Luigi series after I played the first one and on the 3DS. So and this was the next one in the series, so I was like, why not? Um, Surprisingly, this one's like $40 now. I couldn't like that was hard for me to believe. I don't know why, but it just was. Um, I really need to sort these a little better. Sorry. Okay. I think they are actually pretty organized here. So these are ones that I personally actually went and picked up, like because give me a second here. I literally went to a GameStop like last week or something like that, and because I'd actually run out of 3DS games to play. Oh yeah, that was something I want to talk about. Whatever. But yeah. So I picked up a few games, four of them to be exact. First, I got the other Mario Luigi game on 3DS. A lot of people were like, "We didn't ask for this one," but I was like, "I'm kind of glad they did," because I don't know, it just makes it slightly more accessible to people like me who kind of missed out. You know what I mean? Um, I got Lego Star Wars 3. The funny story behind this one is that this is the game that originally turned me off of the 3DS. Like, you gotta think about what it was like back in 2011 when the 3DS first came out. First off, there were like there weren't very many launch titles, and there weren't really many that really showed off what the 3DS can do. And this game right here, also came out on the original DS. Okay, and I believe that Walmart didn't have these two in a didn't have the DS version and the 3DS version in the case at the time, like the glass cases. So I picked both of them up, looked at the cases, looked at the back, and they showed the exact same thing from both versions. So I was like, okay, so this is literally a DS with 3D capabilities. That is like $160 more. That's lame. And then that turned me off for like 2 years because even when like Mario 3D Land came out, it wasn't a system seller for me. You know what I mean? What was A Link Between Worlds and how beautiful that game looked. But anyway, so yeah, I picked this one up because I thought I actually played. I've actually played Lego Star Wars Complete Saga on the 3DS. So I was like, and I was actually pretty surprised at how faithful that game really tries to be to the regular console version. So yeah, I'm curious to see how faithful that one tends to be. Next is New Super Mario Bros. 2. I've heard it's really samey from literally the rest of the series, but literally I only picked this up because it's a Mario game. And it's got a lot of coins. Gives me a 3DS game to play. And then the last one I personally picked up from a GameStop is Fire Emblem Echoes. I don't think I never really said this on YouTube. I think I know I made plenty of posts about it back when it first happened, but back when was it? It was like 2 years. Yeah, it was 2 years ago now. But there was one weekend where yeah, it was 2 years ago, because what happened was me and my wife had just had our third child, and we were we were kind of just getting into the swing of things, and I left my bag, which I always carry around a bag, and it almost always has my 3DS and like a couple notebooks just in case I feel like writing down some notes on video ideas or something. I haven't been doing that at all, but that's also where I've also written down like entire script for videos, you know what I mean? But anyway, I left that. Speaking of which, that also had my 3DS, and it had a notebook in it with literally like 5 or 6 review videos that I had planned out. And I think one night I just left the van unlocked because I wasn't really too worried about it at the time. But my oldest brother came over on a Saturday, and I honestly don't remember. It was 2 years ago, okay? I'm trying to think of actually what happened, but I remember on Sunday in particular, we went over to my in-laws, and I could have sworn that I took my bag to their house. And then I think that was, yeah, sorry, it's 2 years ago, guys. But I think what that was, like, I took the bag to their house, and when we got back from their house, I left my bag in the van, and we left the van unlocked all night. And then I woke up, and I remember going to work on that Monday and kind of panicking, looking around, and then I was like, oh yeah, I left it in the van, and then I ran out to the van, and it was gone. They took that, which had my 3DS, and I think 5 or 6. No, it was like 13 games, by the way, that they took. Some of them were. Was it 13? It was at least 9 games that they took because the case I had at the time could hold 8 games, and then I had Fire Emblem Birthright inside the case. I've never played a Fire Emblem game, so and that I plan on playing that one, but that one disappeared. That one was taken with my bag, so I couldn't play it. Anyway, the moral of the story is don't take other people's stuff, I guess. Whatever. But anyway, yeah, so sorry to drag that on. I'm going to cut that down to size a little bit. Alright, so other games that have been picked up these are ones that, like, my parents' church had a garage sale, and there was just a few, and there was a few games that um, my wife and my parents picked out. One is Star Trek Conquest. It's like a real-time strategy game, so that sounds really interesting. First Star Trek game I own, by the way. I got Dead or Alive 2. Not super familiar with the Dead or Alive series. Ugh. That was a weird sticker. Not super familiar with that series. I kind of know it, but not much. I don't even own a Dreamcast, so, but it's, cool to have things like that in your collection. This is a Game Shark for the PlayStation 2. I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but when I figure it out, I'll figure it out. And then this one is really nice. This one can get pretty expensive. Shenmue for the Dreamcast. I'm really glad to have the original version in my collection here, and it does have, it has literally all 3 CDs, so that's awesome. Shenmue. Metal Gear Solid 5 for the PlayStation 4. I haven't played a Metal Gear game, honestly. So, obviously looking forward to that. And then I was like, this is like the two that I'm actually really, really excited for is Pikmin 1 and 2 on the GameCube. I remember these 2 games a lot, and I remember when Pikmin first came out, it was such a weird thing at the time for me. I don't know. I'm not gonna show. My wife got Jak and Daxter, but it doesn't have the CD. It was at Goodwill. Okay, she got it at Goodwill, and I think what happened was somebody recognized the game and somebody stole the CD because, like, Goodwill is not known for having super duper good games, but they always have the CD. You know what I mean? But anyway, so I'm kind of looking for a loose copy on that. And then Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4. This was another one that my wife found at Goodwill. Not much to say other than, we have Tony Hawk now. Now, there hasn't been a ton of movie pickups. I can show you an entire... I have this entire stack of watching backlog. Okay, one of them's a show. Dragon Ball Super, get out of here. But, yeah, that's a watching backlog. So along with playing some of the portable games, I've also been trying to, like, during my lunch break, I'll bring out a portable tablet that well, obviously a tablet's portable, but you know what I mean. Portable DVD player tablet that we have, and I'll try to watch those. Um, but movies that I actually got was I found Wayne's World and Wayne's World 2 in like the $4 bin, and I think it was Walmart or Meijer or something like that. I don't know, but yeah. So gonna add that to the pile over here. And then the other one, this next one isn't super exciting. It's just kind of something that I've been, collecting over, over about the time, about 2011, I guess. Kind of. I'd say I more of started getting a little more, yeah, okay, I'm going to do this around 2016. But, this is the DVD version of, like, the 2004 DVDs of Star Wars, and it has, all of the, movies, and it does have the, bonus material in there, you know what I mean? I've been trying to collect, all of, like, the different releases of Star Wars. So with this, I need. So with this, I need the gold version of this. I need the silver version of the 1997 release, and I need the CBS Fox version. That's what I'm calling it. And those are sort of the original releases. I think the original Star Wars came out in 1980. Empire Strikes Back came out around this about 81, I think it was. It might have even been 82, and then Return of the Jedi got a release in 80. I think it was like late 82 or something. I don't know. No, it would have been 83 because those movies were 3 years apart. So yeah, but anyway, but anyway, I'm calling those the CBS Fox version, and basically they just have like CBS Fox, and I don't know if there's any difference between those, and then there's another version which I call From Star Wars to Jedi, because in all three of them they kind of do like this series recap, and then they have like this commercial for like this documentary called From Star Wars to Jedi, that was kind of voiced over by Mark Hamill, you know what I mean? And yeah, I've been just trying to collect, but anyway, I'm just been trying to collect different versions of releases of the original trilogy. And then this one, this last one, I would say it's not super exciting. I really wouldn't. But it's more of something that I remember back when I first started getting into Star Wars, or actually when I first got into Star Wars. No, not that. I think when I first started getting into Star Wars, I guess. I don't know. Technically, I was already into Star Wars by then, but anyway. Episode 3 came out to DVD, right? And they had a combo pack with this. This is basically recapping episode 1 and 2 and 4, 5, and 6. And then, like, every time they try to, like, they advertise 3. They're like, well, you just have to see the movie to see what happens. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm really glad to have this. Mostly for nostalgia's sake, because it was like, oh yeah, that thing, that's awesome, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's all the pickups. I can't see how long I've been recording, and I'm too tired to really care. But so I started this one, The Force Unleashed, for the DS. I beat that, and I beat it twice, and I think. So I'm gonna review it a little bit. Might as well, right? So I'd say the graphics for a DS game, they're 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 pretty decent. I wouldn't say they're the best the DS could do, but I definitely say that they do their job well. It really reminds me of like a PS1 game, honestly, with touch controls. Which I'd say that is the biggest downfall of the game is the touch controls. There's sometimes where I would jump, and what this bottom screen wants you to do is let go, let tap it, and when you get the stylus off the screen, then he'll jump. But I'm used to like hold the button down to jump higher. You know what I mean? So that was a little irritating, and I'd say that another thing is that it can get a little tedious, and the game actually expects you to play it twice. The first because in like the console versions, when you beat the game, you get like a stage select, and then if you want to beat the game again, except choose the dark side, you could just choose the last stage, go through the last stage again. This game, it makes you go through the entire game again. And so like the first time through, it took me about 4 hours and 13 minutes or something like that. The second time through, it only took me 3 hours. So it's a really short game. It's a really short game. But so in total it took me about 7 hours to complete. And the second time, it was like I knew what I was doing, so I was just kind of rushing through it. I really just wanted to unlock the second costume to say, I guess, to say that I did or something. I don't know. I mostly want to see how the dark side played out in that version. You know what I mean? I've played every version of The Force Unleashed, so what's another version, I guess. One thing that I really do want to say about it, I really gotta, I really gotta applaud what they were able to do on the DS with this game. Um, because like, I was just playing it and I was just thinking, if you map all of these touch controls to buttons, and like this could literally be a PS1 game and I wouldn't complain. I think it would be a mediocre game on the PlayStation, especially compared to some, but it's a decent game. It was really fun. It was fun. I think the combat can get a little bit repetitive, but I hear that that's a complaint with like every version of the game. You know what I mean? So it's like, well, what are you gonna do, right? But yeah, so that's that game. That's Force Unleashed for the DS. I've even played the PSP version, and I gotta applaud them for that one too, because that one is it's got like a less polygon count than the PS2 version, and you can really tell sometimes, but that's also a really good version of the Force Unleashed if you want to take it with you. You know what I mean? But surprisingly, the DS version actually, for those who don't know, the Force Awakens actually got two versions. The Wii and PS2 versions, and the Xbox and the PS3 versions. I'd say it's like the same name, different game, really. I don't really want to get into all the differences here, but basically the PSP version goes for the PS2 version, and the DS version, oddly enough, goes for the 360 and the PS3 versions. I know, it's kind of weird, but obviously the graphical capability is not there, and the game doesn't even have cutscenes. It just does the character picture box thing. Sometimes it will have like some sort of cutscene, which is actually really nice, but it's like in game, which is still I still I still applaud them for that because I like the in-game cutscenes from the Wii version. But anyway, yeah, Force Unleashed for DS. It gets a thumbs up. I still have, I still have a few things. I still have a few things coming in through the mail that have not come in yet. Oh yeah, there was one thing. I think it's in this box. Another thing I picked up was literally just Xbox component cables. That was one thing that I said wasn't coming until June. You know what I mean? It's so that's not super exciting. But I mostly did that for my capture card. And then my a friend of mine, Bob the Exile, he gave me a component, no, a composite to HDMI adapter, and that works just fine. It doesn't look great, but it works. It works fine. Um, so yeah, that was something I learned, is that it can do Xbox. But anyway, guys, I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed. I'll see you later.